This is MaxPreps Friday Night Live, powered by American Family Insurance.
Welcome back to MaxPreps Friday Night Live, powered by American Family Insurance. I'm your host, Joanna Gomez. I am joined with, and here, my buddy, Jason Albert.
Only one segment to go.
That's it? Why do you have to remind them? And me. Aw, Friday nights are a great place to catch us here on Friday Night Live, but there's also another show that you can catch Friday night at 8 p.m. This is on CBS Sports Network, and it's the Lemon Report. We actually caught a little bit of it today. It's a great show.
Yeah, Tom Lemming, MaxPreps.com, and CBS Sports recruiting analyst, expert, extraordinaire, guru, any other synonyms I should throw in there. He does it all, and I tell you, you want to watch that show, you want to tune in and watch him here too, because we're going to bring you stories and information like the one we're going to show you right here, his 3 players to watch for.
All right, rounding out the top 3 is Ty Isaac, who we mentioned earlier in the show, recently hurt his shoulder. He'll be back in action in a couple of weeks, though. The USC commit put up video game-like numbers, racking up 500 rush yards in last year's state championship game. Unreal.
No, I was at that game, and I thought Ty Isaac was one of the best back.
That's why he did it, because you were in the audience.
He told me that, too. I'm sure he did. I'm sure that was the reason. He's the best back to come out of Chicago since Rashard Mendenhall came out a few years back. This guy is 220 pounds. He has a load to bring down, tremendous hands. I was at a game early in the season where he made a one-handed 75-yard touchdown catch and run that won the game with 30 seconds left. So he's a big play running back. Obviously, what we talked about in the state championship game, USC's got themselves the kind of big back they've been looking for.
He's got plenty for the highlight reel already. Moving on, Tyron Swoops comes in at number 2 from Whitewright, Texas. The 6'5", 220-pound quarterback had over 3,500 total yards last season. Tom, he's committed to Texas. How does he compare to a Vince Young or Colt McCoy type QB?
I saw Vince Young back in 2001, and I thought they're very similar. Now, Tyron's not getting a whole lot of I gave him 5 stars, and I think just because his potential, his great arm, his running skills. He didn't go to a lot of camps this year, so some people downgraded him. I don't believe in that. I don't believe downgrading guys because they look good in shorts running around orange combs. I like them because they look good on the football field. Not many quarterbacks in the country look as good as Tyron Swoops on the football field. He's got a very strong arm, tremendous running skills. He's built sort of like Cam Newton was coming out of high school. He'll probably be 240, 245 pounds once he gets settled in college.
We'll see if he can make a Cam Newton Superman-type impact. All right, time for the unveiling. The head honcho sitting pretty at number 1 is Nigerian-born Robert Kimdichie. And the stats are pretty ridiculous. I know all these guys have incredible stats. Not to mention, 93 tackles, 18 sacks, and he ran for 17 touchdowns. He's nicknamed Hollywood. Guy's a stud.
He sure is, and I think he's a consensus number 1 player in the country. Robert Kimdichie can do it all, and when you're looking for a defensive end that comes off the edge, like a Jadeveon Clowney and like a Reggie White, he's got that great mixture of size and speed. A lot of people think he could wind up playing inside, but I think he's got the burst, the long arms, and the relentless style of play to make himself an outstanding pass rusher. And right now he's committed to Clemson. If the Tigers can hang on to him, then look out, because he's a ball player that can make an impact as a true freshman.
All right, the Lemon Report, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on CBS Sports Network. You got to catch that. But, of course, I've got to plug in, and you can't forget to catch us here, MaxPreps.com, Friday Night Live, every Friday night.
Well, see, this is the beauty, too, of us being online like this, is you can watch Tom Lemming's show. For those of you in the time zones where it's going to conflict, you can watch him on television. You get your laptop on your lap, and it is the best of both worlds.
Watch us. That's right. And speaking of best of both worlds, you actually have someone that you're going to talk to us about that wasn't featured on the Tom Lemming, but is somewhere there. Not on that package, but he's featured.
Right. He's one of the top 10 on Tom Lemming's overall list. We only got a chance to see 3 of them there. And we're going to bring you one other guy right here. Wait till you hear about these stats and watch this video. This kid put up video game type numbers. Not 1 touchdown, not 2 touchdowns, not 3 touchdowns, not 4 touchdowns, not 5 touchdowns. Can I keep going?
If you
not
want
6
to.
touchdowns, not 7, not 8, 9. He scored 10 touchdowns. This, my friends,
is that a record?
Is Thomas Tyner. It's 3rd in prep history. Someone once scored 12 in a game. He had 644 yards rushing. And just for kicks, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rattle off the yards of each touchdown. 20, 41, 62, 60, 65, 48, 41, 40, 34, and 10. Someone get that guy a nice cold one. Cup of water.
My.
Yeah.
he probably is like in like ice water after all that. Absolutely talented, great. I mean, hats off to him, right, for that.
That's a game right there.
Absolutely. And speaking of a game, let's check in one more time with Petal versus Hattiesburg. We're going to take a live look right now. Fourth quarter. Look at that. There we go. What do you think about that?
I mean, this is what is happening.
Here we go.
Here we go. 14-14 tie ball game, fourth quarter. It looks like
Speaking of a game,
we got the ball at the 9-yard line.
And
Hattiesburg has the ball. Hattiesburg, no, I don't think we're going to score. We may stick around for one more play to see if we can get in there.
Yeah, let's see if we can stick around just to see if it's going to happen.
Looking to stay undefeated. Their running back, Marquise Walker, a week ago had 13 carries for 195 yards and a touchdown. 3 other running backs scored in the game, so we know they have a great running game. They went to the air there. We're going to have to see if they can punch it in and take the lead here in this Petal and Hattiesburg matchup. Yeah. Steve, you with us on this game?
I am. This is really interesting to see. Mississippi high school football was really brought to the national team 2 years ago when South Panola finished number 1 overall. But since then, they've kind of taken a few steps back, and Olive Branch won the state title last year. It's kind of wide open this year on which team is going to win the largest classification in Mississippi. And it seems like if Hattiesburg can come away with the W in this game, that they're definitely a contender.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Now, we have a penalty here, and it looks like Hattiesburg is being backed up, which means that my hope of getting a touchdown live on the air is quickly dissipating.
I know, and I feel horrible because I have a feeling that I'm going to have to tell you you're going to have to just wait for next week because this is what happened to you last weekend.
How about we do this? Moran or whoever's in the, you guys in the control room there, if you keep this feed up and you see them score, you let us know, and we're going to let them. Oh, wait, we got to stick around now, right?
Yeah, let's stick around.
We're going to stick around. We got one more play. I thought they were going over to the sideline for a while. Here we go. Second and goal.
Here we go.
See, and actually, that could be.
Yeah.
It's called an incomplete pass. I was going to say that. It looked a little bit like a lateral, but all right. My luck's run out again tonight. We're going to see if we can get next week, see if we can get a live score on the air. But that's a good game. 14-14. It was 14-0 during our first look-in. 14-14 late in the fourth quarter.
Great live look-in brought to you by Play on Sports Network, and maybe next weekend?
Maybe next week. We're going to get one.
Yeah, and since we're talking to Steve, I know you're there. Do you've got any quick updates for us?
Yeah, so Hoover and Ensworth both came away with victories. Trinity has taken the lead on Cathedral 17-10. That game is moving into the fourth quarter. Lake Travis struggled last week. We thought they might go down. They're trailing again this week late in that game, so that's another team on upset watch. And St. Bonaventure looking good in that big matchup with Santa Margarita. They lead in the second quarter, so that's another game to watch. And Narbonne, another team out in California that's nationally ranked. They're in a good one with Sarah. So 2 teams in California that may go down tonight. It's going to be interesting to watch the rest of the way.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. And we're going to see if we can go back and take a live look outside right now. Brought to you by Play on Sports Network. There we go. Still tied. Petal versus Hattiesburg. They're in a timeout right now, fourth quarter. We're going to stay on these live pictures to see if we see anything going. And I know that, Jason, if anything happens here tonight, you're going to be one happy individual walking out of the studio.
It will be interesting to see what Danny Noel pulls out of his playbook right here, keeping his team over on the sidelines there. I mentioned they're 4-0 coming into this game is Hattiesburg, and the question is, if they score here, we'll see if we can get an exact time left in the fourth quarter for you, but if they get a score here, does this propel them to stay undefeated and upset Petal? Petal comes in number 6 in the state on MaxPreps.com's national football ranking, so third and goal is coming up right now. The Hattiesburg quarterback.
And Steve, if you're watching, please chime in.
Well, I'm just excited as you guys are. It'd be fun to see a touchdown here, but not sure.
The pressure of live TV. Well, you have to love it.
and Petal gave us a good play right there. It wasn't a score, but Petal, give them credit. They come up with a sack on third and goal. Now the question is, what do they do here? Because are they out of field goal range? I'm not quite sure Hattiesburg's field goal kicking situation, but it looks like they are going to try a field goal. And what the heck? We got time to stick around for one more play?
Yeah, we can stick around for one more play. Of course, all of this is provided by Play On Sports Network, and we're going to stay on this live picture right now of what's going on with Petal versus Hattiesburg, tied
This is
14.
a 41-yard field goal to take the lead.
There you go.
Oh, you know what? That's 2 weeks in a row that we've had missed field goals on the air.
A lot harder in high school football. Those are extremely difficult kicks. It's not anything like college or pros where you could just kind of set up and prepare for the game-winning field goal. It is never a guaranteed thing in high school football. Hitting a field goal, no less a field goal to go ahead in the fourth quarter.
And that was a 41-yarder too. And you could see by looking at the referee, he had the distance because the ref kind of went back. Kind of getting the goalpost in sight. And he must have just missed it just wide right. So we're going to get a score.
Eventually, tied right now 14. But you know what? On behalf of MaxPreps National Football Editor Steve Spiewak, Jason Alpert, want to thank you guys all for tuning in and watching, and I promise you that we're going to get it.
We're going to get a score on the air.
At one point, it's going to happen. We're going to get that for you.
I'm ready for it.
I'm sorry, Jason, but maybe next weekend. But on behalf of all of us here, we want to thank you for watching MaxPreps Friday Night Live. We will see you again next weekend. Have a good one. Be safe.
This is MaxPreps Friday Night Live, powered by American Family Insurance.